Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin, and this is the channel bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
We're coming at you today with the first sip of whatever this is. We don't know what it is. Nope. It is a single sample that's drawn blind from our single sample pool, and everything in that pool is something that we have never tasted before, so there's no familiarity with it. We don't know whether it's expensive or inexpensive, allocated or available. We're not sure if we're even supposed to like it, but we love reviewing whiskey this way because it brings you the most honest opinion possible without any bias from us or labels or hype or anything like that. This is our first dedicated split off first sip episode from our old Tuesday episodes that are now going to be strictly conversational, trying to divide things up to make the content a little bit more bite-sized for you guys. So if you like this, be sure to let us know down in the comments below. Also,
if you like this video format, give the video a like, let us know. Like Josh said, we're trying to break it up, have a little more bite-sized content for y'all. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Do the thing. You know the drill.
All right, let's get into this glass and see what we're working with on the nose.
This smells like sweet bread. Like there's...
What kind of bread?
I don't know, like
rye bread?
No, it smelled, so when it was sitting here in front of me, I smelled like yeast, like I smelled a breadiness, but then when I put it up to my nose, it also smells sweet.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit of rye vibes from this glass. I'm not saying it is a rye,
interesting,
but I'm getting a little bit of mintiness that's coming off of it, and there's a little bit of spice and sharpness there on the nose, but it does smell quite good. It smells pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. Let's get it on the palate and see what we're working with.
I don't know what this is, but I like it.
Wow, it's kind of effervescent, like almost like a carbonated beverage. It's just kind of like crackling and popping on the tongue.
But not too much. It's also not as sweet tasting as it smells.
Yeah, it's kind of got, to me, it kind of has like a sweet green tea, like a sweetened green tea, or maybe even an unsweetened green tea vibe to it.
I can see that.
That's what I'm getting at the foremost off of the first sip. It seems fairly light as well. I thought the nose, as jumping out of the glass as it was, I was expecting it to be more oomphy on the palate. Is that a word, oomphy?
Yeah,
it is now.
I agree. I kind of expected it to be more oomphy, but that being said, it does have good flavor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It seems to be somewhat lower proof, but not low in flavor. Let's get into sip number 2.
So for me, sip number 2 was a little less effervescent and a little more drying.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but just more of that.
Yeah, typically the oak for us starts to make itself more known on the second sip, and that's definitely happening right now. If this isn't a rye, then this is a bourbon drinker's, or this is a rye drinker's bourbon. Yeah. If this is not a rye. Yeah. If that makes sense.
I'm getting some mintiness on the back end. Like it.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't taste like mintiness, but when I breathe in, it feels cold. That's how I know it's mintiness.
And there's a nice, even though the oak is drying on the back end, it's a really nice kind of black pepper rye spice dance that's going on the back of the tongue. And the oak that is there, while a little drying, is nice. It's in nice balance. It seems to be pretty well balanced.
You're dancing in the street?
Yeah. Let's get one more sip before we give this thing some ratings.
All right. It's pretty consistent on the third sip, consistent with the second sip for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think as nice as the nose is, I think the finish might actually be like the experience of this glass. Not that it's got a really full-bodied flavor to it, but the way that the finish for what seems to be a somewhat lower proof pour, there's a lot of flavor there, and the finish really does hang around and cling. So you ready to give this thing some ratings?
Yep.
Nose, flavor, and experience, where are you at?
So nose, thumbs up. It was a very interesting nose. Flavor, thumbs up, like the flavor. Experience, thumbs up, like the experience. Like you said, it lingers a little bit, and I'm a fan of it. It's not too much.
Yeah, I'm sticking by my green tea, like a boozy green tea with this, and I'm going thumbs up on the nose, thumbs up on the flavor, thumbs up on the experience. Good, solid pour across the board. I like it. All right, we're going to find out price first, and then what we've been drinking, just like we do on our head-to-head episodes. To me, this tastes like a really nice, flavorful rye, or maybe a high rye bourbon. Could be totally wrong on all that, but for what you're getting, the balance and everything, I would, say 40 or 50 bucks is fairly reasonable. Like, I don't think you'd be overpaying to spend that on this. It could be higher, it could be lower. We don't know. I just like to float that out there so that you have some perception of what, we're kind of thinking about what's in the glass. Yeah. So this is in our blind sample key number 86.
All right.
What is it?
It's $50.
$50, right on.
Which is right. Yeah. Kind of, I wouldn't want to pay more for it, but
Yeah.
I would pay $50.
Fair price for what you're getting in the glass,
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
What are we working with?
It's a Bulleit 95 Rye, aged 12 years.
That makes so much sense because of the oak on the background, like the oak on the back of the palate. Man.
And it's 92 proof, which I would say it drinks a little bit higher than 92 proof. It doesn't drink like super high proof, but it drinks higher to me than 92.
I would honestly say that it drinks like 92 proof on the front and middle of the palate, but then when it gets to the finish, that's where the age really kicks in, and it really kind of clings onto your palate.
What he said.
In a way that the regular Bulleit 95 Rye does not do.
This was a sample given to us by Vin at Bourbon Spirits on Instagram.
Thanks, Vin. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you, Vin. I very much like this.
Yeah, Vin sent us a bunch of samples, and he was saying he was going to send this one, and I was like, well, we got to verify that we've never had it before. So we put it in our key, but I could not wait for it to come up because you like Bulleit Rye so much,
just
period.
The regular off-the-shelf Bulleit Rye. Yeah, I like it.
We've never had the 12-year. We've never even seen the bottle. Lance,
I didn't know it existed.
Lance over at the whiskey, I didn't either. Lance over at the Whiskey Tornado told us that if we ever see a bottle, we need to pick it up. Still haven't seen one.
I do like it.
Still would like to get one.
If we do see a bottle, we will pick it up because I am a fan.
We try to keep things down to earth around here, so we'd like to talk about what matters to us, and for us, the price and the availability do matter. That's the retail side of the equation for us. And then we're also concerned with, we as consumers, would we spend our own money on this product? So let's get into it. Bulleit 95 Rye 12-year. Where are you at on retail and consumer scores?
Okay, so for us, the retail score is the price and the availability.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a two-parter, which will give one score. The price gets a thumbs up. The availability gets a thumbs down. So overall, the retail is a just okay.
Yeah. I've never ever seen a bottle of this in our market, so I'm gonna go thumbs down on retail, but the price is so good. I think I have to come up for what you're getting to a just okay as well. So I think we're gonna meet at just okay for retail.
Yeah.
Now, we're in a store and this is sitting in front of us for $50. Are you buying it or not?
I'm a yes, and yes. So I'm 2 thumbs up.
Hard buy.
If it's in front of me and I didn't have to hunt for it and it's $50, 2 thumbs up. Yeah. Yes, hard buy.
And I'm going to do a 2 thumbs up on this as well. I think this one might be one of the few ryes I've ever given 2 thumbs up to on consumer scores, because honestly, the lack of availability in our market makes me want to buy it all the more. Like if it were just sitting on shelves in our market, it'd probably just get a thumbs up on consumer.
Yeah, but I'd still want to buy it. I'd still want to have it.
But the fact that it's not available in our market means if we're ever out of town and we see it, even if the budget doesn't have $50, I'm probably buying it and then asking for forgiveness. And that's my metric for 2 thumbs up on consumer scores. So this is a really good pour. Can't thank Vin enough for sending it over. Unless you just absolutely do not like ryes whatsoever, I think this is worth checking out. The consistency that you get from pour to pour, from sip to sip, at least, not pour to pour, but sip to sip, it doesn't get watered down in subsequent sips. It really hangs around. And it's a really great pickup if you can enjoy 92 proof. The age on this thing does wonders. Absolutely grab a bottle. We're going to go a hard recommend on this one.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching.
Till next week. Cheers. Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Aaron. And this is the channel.
I messed up. I started to talk.
Welcome. And you also did your welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I am Josh. I'm Mr. Robot.
It's hard when you change formats.
Be conversational though with your tone and your inflection.